everybody. It is the 16th of July, 2021, and we are going to be diving into the Lionel 2021 Volume 2 catalog. Lionel did a YouTube stream of this yesterday, last night, or excuse me, about 3 o'clock yesterday, Eastern Time, and walked through a lot of the items that we're going to see in here. But I would always enjoy kind of the day that the catalog comes out, and you can kind of flip through it. And this is going to be a virtual flip through because they haven't given out the hard copies yet. My assumption is because of some leaking that took place with the Volume 1 catalog from this year. So I can appreciate the fact that they kind of kept this under lock and key and then did their own presentation of it. But let's dive in, and I'll share my reactions and kind of where my thoughts are on this. And then please leave me your comments and your thoughts in the comment section. So let's dive in. So we're going to flip right through here to the O scale, and we're just going to be diving into the higher end models here. I'm not going to go into the Lion Chief stuff too much. So the first locomotive that they have here is the 210-0. This is a highly anticipated model of from Strasbourg. Number 90 is obviously the main locomotive that we see here on this page. They've got quite a few different paint schemes here, and I think they did a really great job of identifying when these paint schemes were used on the Strasbourg 90 locomotive. So originally the Strasbourg 90 was from the Great Western Railroad, so we've got that option here at the very top. And as we work our way down, they've got the paint scheme from the 90s. They have the paint scheme that you will currently see from the 2000s with the silver font with Strasbourg on the tender. And then they have, the 2000s, and then they have the number 90 from 1967. And then I was talking to some of my buddies, and they had helped me out to identify the fact that they had actually repainted this for a photo shoot back in 2020 to this paint scheme that you see here with the egg on the tender. Now, this locomotive does include whistle steam. It is a brass hybrid as well. So it's got a lot of great features in it. Strasbourg worked with Lionel, or Lionel rather worked with Strasbourg for quite a few years, I believe 2 years, to make sure they had everything correct on this locomotive. Made sure that they had correct sounds and Strasbourg specific sounds. So I'm hoping that we might hear some crossing information, maybe the ghost whistle, things like that. Would be really neat to see, or hear rather, when this model comes out. Now, being a brass hybrid, it is more expensive. So the price tag on this, the MSRP, is $18.99, which is steep for a non-articulated steam locomotive. It is a brass hybrid. I know a lot of people knee-jerk reactions are that price point is way out of reach and Lionel's losing their minds. I'll be frank, I had the same feeling when I saw the price tag as well. Now, obviously, we know that circuit board prices are going up, and the brass hybrids are never cheap. I guess my questions to you are, should they have gone all out with this and gone with the brass hybrid? This is a highly anticipated locomotive, at least for the East Coast folks, since Strasbourg is, it's one of the longest running short line railroads. It is the longest running short line railroad. So should they have gone all out with the brass hybrid, or should they have tried to create a model that is maybe more traditional and then brings that price point down to make it more available for more modelers? What are your thoughts? Leave me that in the comment section below. So they also offered this in a few other road names. You can see those here. As we flip through, they then have the wood coach 2-packs. Now these are great. Now I have the MTH versions of the wood-sided passenger cars. I have 4 of them. I have the 3-pack, and then I added the Marion car also. So I don't know if I need to get any of these. I think that I'm a little afraid that maybe the red won't match the MTH ones that I already have. And already having 4, I think what I'll do is add on the Philadelphia and Reading observation car. I really like the color of this. I think it looks great. I see it all the time since I live close to Strasbourg. There's obviously also the Paradise observation car too. So I'm right now about 75% leaning towards purchasing this one instead of Paradise, but I could be swayed either way. The wood-sided passenger cars for a 2-pack is $3.99. I think that's more expensive than I paid for my MTH 3-pack. So very pricey here for these, but I'm sure they're going to look great. If you don't have any of the MTH wood-sided passenger cars or wood-sided coaches, then here's your opportunity to at least get some for your collection. As we move on, we've got the 280 here. These are the consolidations with a great price point of $749. So this is what I was talking about with the Strasbourg engine. If they would have not gone with a brass hybrid, could they have gotten the price point below $1,000, which would have opened the door for a lot more of the Lionel collectors to be able to purchase these. Or purchase that model rather. The 280 being at $750 is a great price. It comes with whistle steam, which is nowadays just seems to be a standard feature on a lot of Lionel engines. So that comes in a variety of numbers or road names rather as well. The main central with the red on there, and that logo looks really nice. I probably won't be purchasing any of these just because if I'm going to purchase 90, then that's going to take pretty much all of my budget away. But then they throw this in the same catalog, the AC12 cab forwards. I had a cab forward a few years ago. There's some videos of it running on my layout. Those videos are on my channel. I love that locomotive. I ended up selling it to create more funds to purchase some more locomotives that were Pennsylvania locomotives. So they were great. I'd love to add another one of these to my collection, but at a price point of $1999.99, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. So these are great. If you were looking for a cab forward, haven't been able to find them for a few years, now that you're optioned, they also offer them in the daylight paint scheme. Of course, they're going to throw the Lark paint scheme in. That's been they've been using that a little bit more, and then they've got the gray boiler option here, which I think is a resemblance of that recent Northern Pacific almost scheme that was more of a minty green. Moving on, the 412-2. Now this is a wish list item for me as well. I've been waiting for this to be re-released. I don't only have one Union Pacific steam locomotive in my fleet, and that is the big boy, and I've been waiting for something big like this to come out so I can add to my collection. So naturally, it's in this catalog with all the Strasbourg stuff, so now I'm torn. The price on this is $1699.99, so it's actually less than the Strasbourg 90 locomotive. It is the 212-2, which is awesome. It actually does say down here in features that it has, where am I looking here? The working Grizzly valve gear, which is pretty neat. So this locomotive has the third cylinder underneath the smoke box there to create more power. So that's actually functioning in this model. That's pretty neat. It also has whistle steam, of course, and a lot of other great features. So this is one of the ones that's on the top of my list. It's offered in quite a few road names as well, so it's a lot of options depending on what you model. And then we get into diesel. So we're going to fly through the diesels here. They've got the SD70 Mac. You're going to see that model, specifically I think the BNSF one here again shortly. They have the SD45s. Again, these are great. Would love to add the Pensy to my layout. These come in at $599. There's also a Pennsylvania Super Base one option for $499. So that's interesting. The Super Base features they're non-powered. They do have specific decaling kinematic pilots. Let's see here. They got those Super Base sounds. So you could add. So that's kind of neat that they did the non-powered Super Base options in these. If you haven't heard my Super Base video from the Shark Nose diesels, the sounds are absolutely phenomenal. So it's really neat that you'd see two of these typically running together. So you could have a powered unit and non-powered Super Base unit to create a lot of awesome diesel sounds. So that's really neat. I'm happy to see that Lionel did that. I think that was a smart move on their part. So the next options that we have here are the DD35s. So these are pretty neat. They've got like the gap here in the middle of the two separate kind of locomotives that they have there. Mostly Union Pacific. They offer it in Santa Fe and Alaska as well. These are priced at $699. They're a little bit longer. They're 22 inches in length, so there's a little bit more to them. They couldn't run on 042, but they recommend 054 curves for this. So if you're looking at some bigger diesels, there's an option for you. They also have the SW1200s. So a couple of different road names in these. Here's the EJ and E again. We saw that with the Shark Noses recently. Nice Penn Central option here as well. These are $549.99. The Sea Liners. I know a lot of folks were excited for the Sea Liners, especially the Long Island folks. So there's a couple different road names in these, and they can run on your 031 curve. So if you've got a smaller layout with really tight curves, these are a great option for you to add. So pretty neat. probably not going to purchase a Sea Liner. I just got those shark nose diesels, so I don't need any diesels right now. I'm going to lean towards steam in this catalog. And then we've got a New Haven set for the Sea Liner. And here's the BNSF Coal Train. So these rotary gondolas are fantastic. I've got a few of them. I actually almost looked at adding a few more. Now you can get the Coal Train set, which is $899.99. And it comes with 6 coal cars, and you get the locomotive as well, which is that SD70 Mac. So that's actually a pretty good price for all of those. And you can obviously add them on. And of course, then we're going to see some more later on. Hustle Muscle Burlington Northern freight set here. That's a neat little set with the fire truck on the flat car. That's at $1,099. So I find it interesting that this one is more than that Coal Train set, but maybe because of the detailing on some of these, some of the cars that come with this. And the engine that's with this is an SD45. Cambria and Indiana Bicentennial Coal Train set here. So now you've got they kind of went through all of their diesels to create these train sets. So this is actually an SW9 with a bunch of different coal cars and a caboose. So if you need some more bicentennial stuff, there you go. A Grand Canyon Railway set. So this is going to take the same, it's the consolidation made into the Grand Canyon Railroad paint scheme, and then some great passenger cars here to go along with it. So it comes with 4, and of course they're throwing in a 2-pack add-on. 2-pack add-on is $389.99. And some more wood coaches. So these use Pennsylvania and Boston and Maine as road names. So if you've got some older Pennsy or Boston and Maine equipment, you can get some wood-sided coaches to go with them. They have the same price tag as the other ones from Strasbourg at $399.99. And then we've got some more rolling stock. So 4-door high cube boxcars. These things are massive. They are 22 inches long with an 054 minimum curve, so you need a big layout for these, and they take up a lot of space. They're priced at $129.99 and come in a variety of road numbers, and you can even get them with some graffiti as well. So if you're interested in that, to create some more of a unique look on your layout, go ahead and do that. If I had to pick any of these, I'd probably go with a Conrail and then weather the heck out of them, but those are neat. I don't know if I'll pick one of those up or not. And then some Hobo Soundbox cars for you. So those are smaller box cars that can run on 031 curves. We've got AAR 2-bay hopper packs. Those are priced at $199.99 in a variety of road names, and some other covered hoppers here. And then flat cars with fire truck that we saw on one of those, the Hustle Muscle Burlington Northern set, and then some new cupola cam cabooses. So these have the Wi-Fi camera built in, so you can kind of see your layout from the caboose view. We got some CA1 cabooses here as well. Those are at $149.99. And then some standard O modern box cars. And those rotary gondolas are back in force. They've got a ton of them here. So you can pick up some more of these if you'd like. Those 4-packs are $359.99. 2-packs, $179.99. And that's it. And we get into some more of the Lion Chief stuff. I'm not going to dive into that too much. So what are my thoughts on this? We're about 13 minutes into the video. We've gone through all of the higher end O-scale stuff in this catalog. As I said, I'm probably going to be skipping over diesels from this catalog. I have a tendency not to buy diesels out of catalogs. I am torn right now between the 412-2. I would get 9,000. You know, that's the most famous one of those models. So I would probably pick up that one. Or it would be purchasing 90. I think either way, I will purchase one of these observation cars because I already have a Strasbourg locomotive. I've got 972, which was a custom run. They made 25 of them for Nicholas Smith trains. I have number 17 to 25. So I can already run a Strasbourg set. I've already got the wood-sided passenger cars from MTH, but I need the observation car. So I'll probably add that. And then it's either do I buy 90, which I would purchase the 2000s paint scheme here, which is the one that we currently see, or it's going to be that big Union Pacific locomotive. That's where my head's at right now. So let's look and see. These prices for the Strasbourg is $1899.99. So what is the early buy costs or prices for some of our dealers? So if I come over here to Charles Rose page, they've got that model here. So I can actually go to the 2000s paint scheme here. His price is $1749. But they always say add to cart to see the discounted price. So if we go ahead and we'll add that to our cart. And add one to cart. Let's see if that changes the price at all. So that's actually the price that they give you. Sometimes you actually have to add it to the cart and it'll give you a discounted price. So he's giving you a discounted price of $150 off that main price point of that brass hybrid. Now, if we go back, I want to see what the price point is. If I could early buy steam locomotives of that 4122. Bear with me here as I find this. Here we go. So I'm just going to snap. Here's 9,000. So here, now it doesn't even give you the price. So if I hit add to cart, add that one also. So that one comes down to $13.99. Okay, so those are the prices from Charles Rowe. If we come over here to Mr. Muffin's trains, here we go. So they're all the same. So from $18.99 to $709.99. So you save almost another $40, or you save $40 more by going with Mr. Muffin's trains as opposed to Charles Rowe. So you can pick that up and then, you know, save a couple $100 off of the retail price, which is nice, but it's still $17.99, so it's still extremely expensive. So we'll just have to let this marinate a little bit and see what I want to go with. Leave me some comments. What are your thoughts? Here are the cab forwards, originally priced at $19.99. You can get it for $17.99 there. And then here is the 412-2s with a price point from $16.99 down to $15.29. So that's an easier pill to swallow. I don't know what I'm going to do. What do you think I should do, guys? Should we go with Strasbourg? Should we go with Union Pacific 412-2? Both of them are amazing. Lionel, I think, knocked this one out of the park with regards to the locomotives that they've put in this catalog. The rolling stock section is a little light, but I don't typically pre-order stuff out of there anyway. They really went in with the rotary gondolas. I know one person who's probably going to order a few of those. But anyway, leave me your thoughts. Really appreciate you guys tuning in today. Best of luck as you make your decisions on what you're going to pre-order, if you're going to pre-order anything. Have a great day. Take care.